Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a dish that I learned to make when I was really young, and it was taught to me by my mother, and it was taught to her by somebody else, and it's been passed and passed and passed. So we're making fried rice with camarones al ajillo, or shrimp al ajillo, meaning shrimp with garlic. This fried rice, I'm doing it my way. And I'm just going to give you really quickly what are the ingredients, more or less, that I'm going to be using for this. For starters, for my fried rice, I have about 2 cups and 2 1/4 cups of leftover rice. I have a couple of, well, it's 1 sliced carrot. It is sliced pretty thin. I have a piece of onion that I have chopped. I don't know how well you can see that, but chopped or finely diced. I also have chicken, that I cut up into small pieces, about 8 shrimps that I cut in half. I'm also going to be using some Spam or whatever ham you have available. Use that. I'm also going to be using a little bit of sesame oil. I'm using light soy sauce or less sodium. I'm using some red chili flakes, some browning sauce, and I'm also going to be using 3 eggs that I have scrambled, and I've set that aside. About 1/3 cup of both frozen corn and peas, so 1/3 cup of each. And olive oil. Now for the ajillo, we're going to be using shrimp, extra virgin olive oil, garlic of course, salt and pepper, red chili flakes, and parsley, also some lemon. And we will take it from there, so let's get started. So I have a wok here. It's a fairly old wok, but we'll make it do. And we're going to coat the bottom of our wok with our olive oil. And to that olive oil, I am going to add just about 1/2 teaspoon of the sesame oil. I'm only adding about 1/2 teaspoon only because I actually think that the sesame oil can totally overpower everything. So we're only going to be using that. Now, what we're going to be doing first is, I forgot to mention, by the way, I am going to use some fresh garlic also in my my rice. I'm going to start by adding my onions in here to start sauteing. So my onions, we're going to let that get started first for just a very short amount of time, because we want to start cooking the chicken. I always say that I always have minced garlic, already minced garlic in my refrigerator that I mince myself, and I cover it in water just so that way I have it on hand. So now in here we're gonna go ahead and start adding our chicken, and we're gonna let that get started. I'm doing my rice first because the camarones al ajillo are not going to take much to cook. While this is cooking, I am going to add a little bit of my my garlic, and just you want to keep moving it, making sure that everything gets nicely coated. We're also going to add a few chili flakes now. I might add a little bit later, but just a little touch of chili flakes. I think making your own fried rice at home, it is so much better. I did forget to tell you that I will be using some scallions just for garnish. And one of the things that I've learned to do throughout time is that I keep scallions in the refrigerator in water and they just keep regrowing. So we're gonna let this go for another minute or two just to get any pink out of the chicken before we add any other ingredients. So it's been a few. Now at this moment, we're going to add some of our span of whatever cube ham you're using to your liking. I'm also adding my carrots. And I'm going to be adding my shrimp. This is going to go. The reason I added my carrots right now is because the carrots are going to take a little bit to cook. Now, if you like mushrooms, add some mushrooms. I will be adding something in here that I did not mention just because I just thought about it. And it's that I am going to add a little bit of broccoli. Not a lot. Now, here it's up to you whether or not you want to add more stuff to yours or not. It's up to you. You can add mixed vegetables. Anyway, so now we're just going to go ahead and let this go. And we are going to stir. As you can tell, shrimp is something that cooks fairly quick. So what we're doing is cooking our shrimp, making sure that everything is nicely cooked. And we're going to cook this for another 2 minutes or so before we add our next ingredient. So you can see how beautiful those shrimps are going. At this moment, we're going to go ahead and add our broccoli. Like I said, this is just an added ingredient that I just added now. I do not like my broccoli to be overly soft. Now we're going to add our corn and our peas. Can you tell this looks absolutely amazing? Now, we add our rice. Break it in there. That's just the good thing about when you have leftover rice. You can make stir-fried with just about anything. Now, as this is stir-frying in here, we're going to start adding our soy sauce. And we're going to add a little bit of browning sauce just to give it a little bit of color. Stir. We're going to some black pepper. Let that mix. Let that go for a little bit. This is something we have to continue to stir and taste as we go. could tell automatically how beautiful it looks. You're gonna grab a spoon or a fork and just give it a taste to see. Definitely a little bit more soy sauce. Next, we add our egg. Kind of overcook my eggs a little bit, but that's okay. So, there we go. We're gonna finish it by adding a little bit more of those red chili flakes for color and for spice. And now we're gonna add our scallion, and that is done. Next, we do the camarones al ajillo. Okay, to this camarones, we're gonna add extra virgin olive oil, and then on top of this, I'm gonna add extra light tasting olive oil. Okay. We're gonna let this heat up. Okay. And with it heated, I'm gonna start adding garlic. And we're gonna let this go for a minute. We're going to add chili flakes. As that is heating, I'm going to start dropping my shrimp. We're doing a dozen shrimps and let's do them all. Okay. We're gonna let the shrimp cook here on both sides, but now I'm gonna, before anything, add a little bit of salt. And let this cook. It's gonna be about 2 minutes per side. Give them a turn. And we're gonna let this cook on this side for a few minutes. Add a little bit of salt to this side. We're gonna add some black pepper. And now let that cook for a few minutes. Now we're simply going to add a little bit of lemon, squeeze of lemon. This is ready. Now we eat. So here we have it. Camarones al ajillo with fried rice. I want you guys to take a look at this. I mean, this is absolutely delicious. Anyways, thanks for spending some time with me. here at Maddie's Puerto Rican Kitchen. My name is Lala. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that when I put up a video, you guys get it first. God bless you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!